Hello and welcome to the EVO Foam Pest Control Podcast Community Spotlight, Episode 1. Today we're excited. We have Alan Alarcon, General Manager at That One Painter. How you doing, Alan?
Hey, buddy. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Good, excellent. Well, we're happy to have you. So how's business? You've been pretty busy lately?
Yeah, it's been pretty nuts. We've had a lot of growth, thank God, and yeah, I'm looking forward to we got year coming up here, 2022, and setting new goals, and yeah, it should be exciting, man.
Nice. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, we've known each other for many years. Not too many. So I've followed you the last few years and we've been keeping in touch, and I've been really excited to see what you guys have been doing, some really exciting things, and you guys have been doing a great job. And just so people know, this whole community spotlight thing, I don't take this lightly. The purpose, the mission of this is to get the word out to folks of good businesses out there doing great quality work that are ethically honest, and just have a good culture to them. And I couldn't think of a better fit than That One Painter. You guys are phenomenal. I know from personal experience, if you recall, I hired you guys, a while back to do some drywall painting work.
Yeah,
And I was, and my background, I came from a family construction company.
yeah.
My dad's a painter, drywaller, stucco, did all that too. And seeing the quality of work, I was pleasantly surprised. and just how you guys, how quick you were to reach out to me, get the job completed, and just the whole experience was extremely positive. So that was one of obviously the main reasons, not just because of our relationship, but it's mainly because of what you guys are doing. So, and let's kind of dive into that a little bit. What it is, we'll talk about first question I'd like to ask is, I think it's important to understand is how did That One Painter come about? What's the backstory on that?
Yeah, so That One Painter we're almost in our 11th year that it got founded, and it was founded by Stephen Montgomery, who's also my cousin. At the time, we were actually roommates in South Austin, just two young guys working hard, trying to make a buck. Stephen, our uncle, Stephen's dad, had a paint business growing up. So kind of grew up around the paint world a bit, kind of like you did with your dad.
Yeah.
And anyhow, so it's kind of just always like a family trade, if you will. And Stephen, wanted to get married and then wanted to kind of have more of a serious, actual formal business.
Sure.
And so, he founded That One Painter. In the beginning, I hated the name. I remember when we sat around and we were thinking of names, I was like, no, man, that's, I don't know, it sounds corny, it sounds cheesy, And his whole thing was, people are always going to remember, that one painter I hired,
Yeah.
And anyways, that was his deal. Founded here in Austin, and I helped him in the early stages. We would do projects together. I was also working in sales at a different company, and then obviously went off and kind of did different things for a while, but always really supported each other and passed along referral business. And then I came on board full time with him about 3 years ago, and have kind of scaled the business into what it is today, which is exciting to say is now officially here in Austin. And we're one of the largest in residential repaint in the city.
Excellent.
And we currently just signed our 10th franchise location as we just started doing franchising this year.
Yeah, that's one of the questions. We'll get to that one. I was going to ask you about the franchising, and I know you're jumping the gun on me a little bit there, but I mean, with good reason. That I understand. I get it. So yeah, that's a great story because from my understanding, Stephen was kind of a one man with a paint can, so to speak, operation, right? I mean, he started this all by himself, doing houses on his own, and just to see, what it's become, and in the last 10, 11 years is just, just amazing. You guys are doing phenomenal. I've seen a lot of your work on your posts and whatnot. Well, and here's the thing, that one painter, we know that you do painting, obviously. What other services do you provide?
So yeah, that's a great question. I mean, we have 18 unique services that we've kind of narrowed down, and they're on our website, and that we kind of promote. We do, obviously painting. We do some drywall repair work, minor carpentry repairs here and there, caulking, sealing, pressure washing, some stucco repair. I mean, I like to say that anything that's kind of like part of beautifying the exterior or interior of your home, we likely either do it or at least can point you in the right direction.
Sure.
So I kind of think we're sort of in the home beautification space.
Yeah. Because I have a customer that actually used y'all too. And what's that? Remind me, what's it called? Is that they call that stone wash? What's the big fad going on recently?
Yeah, it's super beautiful. It's lime washing and masonry flat. Yeah, these are some European products that are for here in Texas. We have tons of limestone and brick homes, and it's just a really cool thing you can do on the exterior. You can even do it on the interior if you have like a brick feature wall or a limestone fireplace, something like that. And yeah, it's a process.
I've seen that firsthand. Before and after in person.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. It looked great. Cool. It looked great. It's cool. Well, awesome. Well, so this leads me into my next question. That one painter. So obviously, you just don't have one guy running around painting. How many employees crew members do you currently have right now?
Because of the franchises, that's getting harder and harder to track. But here in Austin, I currently have about 45 painters or so. I have 3 project managers, 2 estimators, myself, and an office admin. And that's kind of the Austin team. And we get out there every day and get after it. And then the franchises, like I said, I mean, this is all brand new. So we sold 10. We only have 2 that have launched. Well, a third one is launching. Well, just launched this. Houston launched on Monday. And so, but these are all brand new, and they all have like, 4 or 5 painters, something like that. So yeah, it's exciting times. It seems like every day we're adding more team members, and it's cool. It's a cool time.
Well, since we're kind of talking about the franchising, I'll ask. So I just recently seen on Facebook, I believe, that one's coming here in where we're located. EVO Foam is located here in Georgetown.
Yeah, so that's actually going to be we're doing a couple of corporate-owned locations too, and just territories that we feel are emerging. They're not the best necessarily as far as data goes, because Georgetown's not that big yet. It is big, but it's not, but it's going to be like a Georgetown, Liberty Hill, kind of that far north. It's still, in my opinion, the greater Austin area, even though people from Georgetown want to feel like they're not, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But, it's a market that we feel we can definitely do more work in, and that we don't have as strong of a presence in. And so we have Ricardo, who's actually been with us for a while now here as an estimator, who's going to go out there and launch the location for us. So that'll be exciting. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Yeah. I'm going to share the screen real quick of y'all's website. That way we can put a visual here and show folks where they can go and check everything out. Here's your website. Let me click back right here. Here's the main page right here. Obviously on top menu, you have a franchise tab here. We'll click on that.
Yep. It's a good place to learn a lot more.
I guess we were on there. And there's a really good video here. We won't play the whole thing, but it has.
And I am the owner of That One Painter.
Has your cousin talking there. Yeah, and one thing that people can do is go on here and click on fill out a form, put their information on. But of course, they can always contact you as well, and we'll put your information back on there. But yeah, I mean that's unbelievable. And You know, we've been talking about that for a while, and I spoke with you, and
Yeah.
just seeing all these franchises coming about, and you guys went off to some trade shows in Florida recently too to kind of market your brand as well, didn't you?
Yeah, it's always fun, like even for you, Damien, like, I remember years ago, like talking about your business and EVO foam and your plans and your vision. And it's always one of those things where it's weird when you start to see your baby come to life, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like, some people look at it and go, well, sometimes people are surprised. And for us, this is like I said, from the time I came on board with even 3 years ago, this was kind of what we had envisioned was getting to this point. And it's taken a lot of effort and a lot of learning. The franchise world is a whole kind of thing, and there's a lot of rules and laws and all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's homeowners, and delivering on good service and delivering on good quality, being quick, having integrity, being generous, all of those things, and it's the same old "you reap what you sow" adage, just implemented in a way that fits our culture and our brand.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
That's most important too.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely. That's great. Um, so one other thing that I wanted to talk about, I think it's important, and it's amazing what you guys are doing with this. I've seen it, but you guys do a lot of charity work, and um, I believe it's called Paint It Forward. Can you explain that? What that means? What you're doing?
Yeah, so Paying It Forward kind of came to me, I don't know, probably a couple of years ago. We were trying to think of a good, name for what we wanted to do through that one painter. So me and Steven are also very involved in church and in
Yeah.
missions work, stuff like that. It's a big part of our background. It's a big part of why we get up every day and do what we do. And our grandfather was a missionary in Africa for many, many years. He passed away here about a year ago, and Paying It Forward was something that we were already kind of doing a lot of work in
Sure.
missions and different like discipleship schools, business schools in Africa and in other countries. And anyways, and long story short, yes, through corporate and through what we do, we donate not a specific amount because it kind of varies. We kind of just address needs as they come
Yeah.
up. We support this whole called a commission network out there through Paying It Forward, and the whole idea is giving back. And so we're currently in 9 countries in Africa, and it's basically these schools that teach the Bible and the Word of God, but they also teach business, and that's one of our biggest attractions is that we teach them, in their schools there, a lot of times they don't really teach them to be entrepreneurs. They don't really
Yeah.
teach them the foundations of business. And they're so dependent on all these other charities that all they do is give. All they do is give, but they do no training. They do no teaching. And it's better to teach a man to fish, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Type of deal. So it's sort of the approach we have. And we're excited to see, we don't want an Africa that's always poor. We don't want these nations to be always impoverished. You can give and give and give, but until you equip and train those nations and those people, more importantly, won't be able to drive themselves out of those hard situations. And so, we also support some orphanages and do some other things as well through it. Something we're very passionate about. And truthfully, we got an invitation in Nepal and one in the Middle East to expand the commission.
Oh, wow.
So we're no longer saying it's just in Africa. We are hoping we might be able to take it to several continents. So we'll see what happens with it, man.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's pretty exciting.
And plus being kind of a, like you said, mentioned, kind of a tribute to your grandfather as well, carrying on his legacy. That's,
Yeah.
that's amazing what you guys are doing. So that's, what would you say for anyone that's interested in franchising, what would you mention?
I would bluntly just say that anybody in any space right now, there's not a better outlook than home services. Starting a pest control company, a painting company, plumbing, electrician, whatever home service company right now, every economist out there is telling you this is the best future outlook business. It's grueling to be in the restaurant industry. It's grueling to be in technology where the competition is so high. There's not a whole lot of other businesses out there that have the future security as much as home services. And so, yeah, finding a brand that speaks to you, that aligns to you, that you can share the moral vision and the company culture, I think is super, super exciting for a lot of people. And yeah, I'm proud to say we're not the only ones, right? Thankfully, it's not like we're not an emerging, it's not like something that we created. It's painting is a necessity all throughout the country. And we just want to align ourselves with people who have the same goals, the same vision, and the same culture, and work at it together.
Yeah, and I know you guys will. No, I really appreciate you coming on today. I've been wanting to get you on here for a while and really let you talk about what you guys are doing. It's some very exciting things, and you guys are doing an amazing job. So I would say this: if anybody out there needs any painting done on their home, their business, you're interested in becoming a franchisee, give Alan a call, 512-228-2676, or you can email him at alan@thatonepainter.com, or visit their website, fill out the form. I know he'll be happy to help you out and point you in the right direction. You won't be disappointed in the quality of work, that I can promise you. And there again, if you have any pest control needs, give me a call at Damien at EVO Foam Pest Control, 512-588-2998. I'll put my little thing on the ticker there. But Alan, it was a pleasure. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you guys progress and all the wonderful things that you're gonna accomplish in the future.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, like Damien said, any pest control needs, you need to call him too. He's being very humble. He's not talking about himself, but EVO Foam is very impressive. They have a lot of technology. I come a little bit from the background of pest control world. Damien used to be my boss years ago, and love the time we had together, man. I learned.
That's why you're That's why you're so successful now. Come on.
Yeah, man. Well, you're on your way too. And Damien's one of the most impressive people I've ever met in pest control. So you definitely are in good hands with anything you need that way. So, which here in Texas is pretty much everybody, right? I have his service myself. He comes out to my house. I had a lot of rodent issues and I had termite issues at one point too. And Damien's always been my man. So yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. And likewise, man. Would love to continue to help promote each other's businesses and more importantly, get the word out there to customers as far as better decisions and better quality of life.
Yeah, absolutely. All righty.
All right.
Talk to you later, buddy.
Yep.
Thanks.